Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Consistency Killed the Fat. My name is Martina and I lost 100 pounds in 12 months. And today I'm going to do a little Q&A from the questions that you guys have been asking me on Instagram. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys have been giving me here and on my IG. But without further ado, let's get into the question because I know you guys ain't got time and you want to get to losing that weight. So the first question that somebody asked me was, did I have any fear of loose skin before I started? So obviously on Instagram, there's so many people that, show their loose skin. They detail how they felt about their loose skin after they lost their weight, and it can be sometimes quite a negative experience for people. So I did have those fears. I was like, oh my God, what's my body gonna look like afterwards? What if it doesn't look the way I want it to? But I didn't allow it to stop me. So I did have a little bit of worry, but I just did it anyway. I didn't let it stop me. And I just think that's how you should go at it. Like, even the people who have lost the weight and have the loose skin, they generally always say, they would still lose their weight, and the loose skin is their battle scar and it's their trophy, and it shows that they've been through a lot. So I've actually been quite lucky with loose skin. I do have some, but it's only a little bit. So yeah, I didn't really fear it, and thankfully, because of some of the things that I did, and I think just I'm blessed genetically, I didn't really have a lot of loose skin. So that's that one. Hope that answers your question. And if you're fearing it, still treat your body the best that you can anyway, still get your goals anyway, and deal with the loose skin once you get there. There's no point in worrying about it. You don't know how it's going to be. If I'd have stopped myself from losing weight because I was worried about my loose skin, I'd never be in this gorgeous, sexy body that I have now that I love. So yeah. Then somebody else asked me how much exercise I did in the beginning. So in the very beginning, I did about 20 minutes of HIIT on the treadmill. So I'd run for 30 seconds and I'd walk for a minute and a half, and I'd run for 30 seconds and I'd walk for a minute and a half. Now, at 250 pounds, that was not a game and it was not a joke. So that was pretty hard for me. And I did that maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And other than that, I just kept lifting weights. So I've always exercised, well, on and off, but I always was a gym goer even when I was bigger. So that wasn't really a new thing for me, but adding in the cardio was new because I hate cardio. Let's be honest, cardio is cardio. I much prefer walking. Walking to me is easy, it's simple, it's almost risk-free in terms of falling and injuring yourself. And I can listen to my podcast, I can listen to music, I can talk to friends. But yeah, basically I did HIIT 3 to 4 times a week. And once the lockdown started, so I started in January my weight loss journey. In March, once the lockdown started, I then moved on to walking every day. I stopped doing HIIT because I only like doing HIIT on the treadmill. So then I started walking every day and I did at least 12k steps a day. So that's the answer to that question. Somebody said, do I have any tips for low stamina? So my number one tip for low stamina or for getting yourself to do the exercise is do things that you like. And in terms of low stamina, do what you can do. If you can only walk for 5 minutes, girl, walk for 5 minutes, or boy, walk for 5 minutes, or human, walk for 5 minutes. Like, don't make this like really big goal that's bigger than where you are. Just keep it small, keep it simple, do what you can do. That's my tip. Push yourself a tiny bit. So like what I would do is, like, the very first time I went for a walk, I did not walk far. And every time I went out, I go a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further, until before I knew it, I was literally walking for like 2-3 hours and it didn't even feel like anything. So not that I'm telling people to walk for 3 hours, but I'm just saying, do a little bit more every day. That's my tip for improving stamina. The next question is, did I intermittent fast? Technically I did. So when I first started, I was working at a job that was, the hours were 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. And I was like, I hate eating like on my own time. So, and also I like the idea of starting eating at 10 because I noticed that when I ate earlier than 10, it would somehow rev up my hunger. So waiting until 10, I don't know if it was my blood sugar, I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but basically that's what I did. I ate from 10 till 6. I would eat my first meal at 10 a.m. Then I'd have lunch at about 1 or 2. And then just before I went to the gym, I don't know why this worked for me, but it did. Just before I went to the gym at about 5:30, I would eat my dinner and then go to the gym. This is before lockdown. So this is like January, February. I would eat my dinner and then go to the gym. Now throughout the lockdown, my times changed a little bit. I did try to stick to the kind of 10 a.m. thing. So roughly, I would say I intermittent fasted between 10 and 6. And still now, I try to eat my breakfast as late as possible. No later than maybe like 11, 12. But I try to eat breakfast as late as possible and dinner as early as possible because I don't like going to bed on a full stomach. So I'm not like a hardcore intermittent faster, but I did intermittent fast. The next question is, how often did I do lower body exercises? So every time I go to the gym at the moment, I do for my whole body. Don't come for me. I just got a personal trainer literally yesterday, so I'm gonna start splitting it up. I went to the gym about 3-4 times a week when I was first starting out, so I would say I did my lower body about 3-4 times a week, and that's still probably true. So I do lower body quite often, and for me that works. I would say just figure out what works for you, but I do my lower body often. Somebody else asked, what can you do to grow your booty? And the answer is heavy weights on your lower half. If you want to grow your bum, you have to lift heavy weight. For me, squats are not the number one thing that I do. I do more glute bridges. I do squats, I do kickbacks. I'll probably do a separate video on how to grow your bum, even though, to be fair, I feel like I'm not at my peak bum level, but you know, if people want to know, then I'll tell you what I do. So yeah, I would say heavy lifting is my tip. I'm going to try to make this video as concise as possible. Some of the topics that people have asked me, I will definitely be doing other videos going specifically just into those. For example, the next question, which I think is a really good one, which is, can you tell us about motivation, consistency, and patience? Now, that is the magical, what's the word? Trifecta, that's not the right word. The trinity, the holy trinity of weight loss. Because you have to keep yourself motivated, you have to be consistent, and you have to be patient. So in terms of motivation, I would say, more motivation should more be replaced with discipline, because you're not always going to feel motivated. You're not always going to want to go to the gym. You're not always going to want to stick to your calories when you're out. Even yesterday, I went somewhere and I wanted these veggie dumplings, and they didn't have the calories on the menu, which I found really annoying. And then I couldn't find it anywhere, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get what fits in rather than what I mean, it was still what I wanted. It was still veggie dumplings, but it was just a smaller thing. So that for me was a sign of me being disciplined and me putting my goals ahead of like my in the moment want that I would probably forget about. So the first thing I would say is to be disciplined and to be motivated. You have to keep an eye on your why. You have to know, why are you doing this? Why did you start this? Like, what is your burning desire? Like, I know for me, I had this vision of myself that I had deep in my heart that I was so afraid to bring into reality, because I thought people were not going to like me, you know, and like people were not going to accept me as a version of myself that I knew I could be. And so I keep my why in my heart and in my mind when I'm making decisions. So that's what I would say in terms of discipline and motivation. This is just my quick fire answer because this is a Q&A. I'll go into it more in another video. The second thing, patience. Patience is like the number one key, because I think that's what messes most people up, and why they stop is because they stop being patient. And you know, they go on the scales, it doesn't go down, and they're like, now, like, I'm not doing this, I'm gonna have a pizza, like this, like rah, rah, rah. And yeah, just be patient. Like, take your time. Just remember that it's not going to be overnight. Don't even expect it to be overnight. Like, literally expect to lose a pound a month. Expect to lose a pound a month and you'll never be disappointed. Okay, like, don't put your expectations too high. Lower your expectations. That's the thing about patience. And then also make sure that you're enjoying your food. If you're enjoying your food and you're enjoying your exercise, this is why I really advocate for food plans that are enjoyable and also exercise plans that are enjoyable. Don't do a horrible 30-day challenge that leaves you feeling ripped apart. You're not gonna do that consistently. You're gonna do that once and never again. So do exercise that you like. For me, I love walking. Find what you love, do that. Eat what you love in smaller portions. That's something that I would say helps with patience, because if you feel like you're holding your breath, that's when you need your patience. You get what I'm saying? But if you relax and do something that is actually enjoyable, that you like, you're not gonna need as much patience, if you know what I mean, because you're enjoying it. You're in the moment, you're vibing out with your yummy food and your fun exercise. The third thing was consistency. Similar thing. You're going to be consistent at something that you enjoy. You're going to be consistent at something that you like. So that's what I advise people to do, things that they enjoy and things that they like. Leading on from that, somebody asked me, what kind of sweet treats do I like? Girl, all of them. all of them. So I love chocolate, which is so annoying because chocolate is literally one of the most calorie-dense foods on the planet. But during my weight loss, I ate chocolate nearly every single day. I just ate a tiny little bit rather than a massive family size bar. So what I would do is buy little packed lunch size bars of chocolate, so little Twixes. I mean, my favorite treats are, I'd say, popcorn is one of them, chocolate, little tiny size ones, even kind of like the Quality Street, or I don't know what is like a universal thing. But you know, like you get big boxes of chocolates and they're like tiny little chocolates. I would buy those and just have one of those a day, and that would be like maybe 40 calories, and I still got that chocolatey hit. In terms of other sweet treats, I mean, biscuits. I didn't really eat that much cake because I feel like cake is quite hard unless you make it single serve. That was actually a life hack I found out about, because I made banana bread a few times over lockdown and I ate the whole bloody thing. So then I learned to make single servings of cake, but I don't do that often because it's just long and who does that? But yeah, so I would say cake, biscuits, popcorn. In terms of weight loss sweet treats, low calorie jelly was a big one that I had a lot of because they're about 2 to 5 calories and it feels quite substantial. Also Fiber One bars. Now they're not plant-based, but they are really helpful. They're all under 100 calories, so they're pretty good as well. So those are the things that I would have, and I think that will help you to get to your weight loss goals. Somebody else asked if I have any underlying health conditions like PCOS. I do not. So I don't have any underlying health issues. That's the answer to that. But yeah, I mean, if you do, I'm sure there's loads of people out there who do talk about weight loss from that perspective. It's not my experience, so I don't really want to speak on it because I don't know how it changes your weight loss goals or your weight loss experience. But yeah, thank you for the question. The next question that I got was, did I use any supplements to help me? Now, I didn't use any weight loss supplements as such. I mean, the only thing I did was like kind of things that you hear are good for weight loss. So I drank green tea. I do take supplements, especially because of the pandemic. So I take vitamin C, I take vitamin D, I take zinc, I take magnesium, and those are just to keep me healthy. I don't think that they helped towards my weight loss in any way. It was just a way of keeping me healthy through a pandemic and through life. So no, I didn't take any supplements. I have previously tried like weight loss pills, and they were like fiber pills. That was when I was at university. They didn't work, okay? I don't know if they do work, but they didn't work for me. So yeah, no, I didn't really take any supplements to help me to lose weight. The last few questions that I got were asking to see a beginner's gym routine, which I will do in an upcoming video, and also somebody asking for me to do what I eat in a day, which I will do as well. But ahead of that, if you want to see what kind of exercise and what kind of food that I eat every single day, then go follow me on Instagram, because I post daily on there with my food as well as the calories for my food, and I also show my exercise that I do, and yeah, and just motivational quotes. If you're looking to lose weight, if you want to stay consistent, then follow me, because that's what I'm all about. I changed my life, I lost my 100 pounds, and I am keeping to my healthy habits. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do. Thank you so much for your questions and all the love and support. And if you're here from the Truly Brand New Me episode, then thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing it. And maybe I'll do another video on my experience with that, because it was so great and the response has been so positive. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.